Now, we're going to take up one more problem, the problem number 27. Find the total elongation of the bar shown in figure. Take E equals 1.05 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per mm square. So, the figure shows here we have a load of 40 kilonewton is acting towards the left side and the load is acting towards the right side P. The load is acting towards the left side is 30 and the load is acting towards the left side again is 50 kilonewton. And this is a uniform bar of 40 mm and there you have 20 the bore diameter having the length at 400. The overall length of the specimen AB is 600. The overall length of the specimen of BC is 800 and then you have a uniform tapering bar of 30 to 60 having 1000 mm length having the section AB, BC and CD respectively. And now first we need to find out what is the load on the force P. So before that, first we will going to consider, of course, the load P. What we have to find out, the load acting towards the left side should be equal to the load is acting towards the right side. For equilibrium, this is 40 left side, 30 left side and 50 left side, and P is only the one which is acting towards the right side. P will be equal to 50 plus 30 which is 80 plus 40 which is 120 kilonewton. So now we will consider the first segment which is AB. According to this, on the left hand side we have 40 kilonewton. The load which is acting toward the left side is positive and the load is acting toward the right side is negative, which is compressive, which is negative. And on the right hand side of the segment, the load which is acting toward the left side is negative because it is compressive load, and the load which is acting toward the right side is positive, which is the tensile. So what happens here, if you are considering that, which are all the loads which is acting towards the right side, to the load which is acting towards the right hand side of the right segment, the first segment. So one is P, that is 120, which is acting towards the right side, and 30, which is acting towards the left side, and 50, which is acting towards the left side. So then according to the convention, right side is positive and left side is negative. So 120 minus 30 minus 50, which is equal to 40K. So 40 kilonewton, which is acting towards the right side because it is tensile, positive. So according to this, finally, when you write this calculation here, 40 kilonewton, which is acting toward the left side, and 40 kilonewton is acting toward the right side. So now the specimen, which is AB, having 40 mm diameter, and then you have an internal bore of diameter 20 for 400 mm length, and this 40 mm diameter is for 600 mm length. So it will be tensile in nature. So when you are considering the second segment, which is BC, the load which is acting toward the left side and the load which is acting toward the right side. So one is to the left side is 40 kilonewton and one is toward the right side, which is 120 kilonewton. So according to the convention, 40 minus 120 is minus 80. So when you are considering for the right hand side of the segment, which is again minus 30 minus 50. So the load is both the loads are acting toward the left side. So which is minus 30 minus 50 is minus 80 kilonewton. Since minus 80 kilonewton is also on the left hand side and minus 80 kilonewton is also on the right hand side, so it is in equilibrium condition. So the segment BC will going to be the compressive in nature. So how do I know that? Negative sign, because the same convention towards the right side is negative here, which is compressive, and the load according to the right hand side, again the load which is acting towards the left side is negative. So negative means load is acting towards the left side and the magnitude is 80 kilonewton. So it is the compressive in nature. So when you are considering the last segment, which is the CD, so on the left hand side you have three segments. This is 40 kilonewton left side, and then 120 kilonewton towards the right side, 30 kilonewton towards the left side. On the right hand side you have only one, which is 50 kilonewton to the left side. So according to this convention, the one which is acting toward the left side is positive on the left hand side. So plus 40 minus 120 plus 30, which is equal to minus 50 kilonewton. Similarly, on the right hand side, we are going to have the left side 50 kilonewton. According to this, the load acting towards the left side is negative on the right hand side of the segment. So therefore, it will be compressive in nature. So here, this is the negative, so negative towards the right side, so negative towards the right side. So this is also negative, it is towards the left side. So 50 kilonewton, 50 kilonewton. Now the body is in equilibrium condition. So all the three segments of the body are in equilibrium condition. To summarize, the first segment of AB will be in tensile, the second segment BC will be in compression, and the third segment CD is also under compression. So for the equilibrium of the bar, so load acting toward the right side must be equal to the load acting toward the left side. So according to that, the load acting toward the left side, which is P, is equal to all the loads which are acting toward the right side is 40 plus 30 plus 50, which will be 120 kilonewton. So once you know this, and also we are able to write the free body diagram for all of the segments. So now we will try to solve this. The stresses we are going to first develop. The elongation of the segment AB, because it is the tensile load, which is AB, which is delta L1, will be equal to P1 into extension of the unboard section plus extension of the board section, because you have the two things there. So extension of the unboard section, if you are considering, which is 40 into 10 to the power of 3 P into L, P into L1 by A1 into E. So according to the unboard section, which is going to be the segment which is of solid steel bar. So the load is 40 into 10 to the power of 3 into length is 200 divided by pi by 4 into 40 square into 1.05 into 10 to the power of 5. So now extension of the board section will be of a hollow sectional bar, again which is 40 into 10 to the power of 3 into 400 divided by pi by 4 into 40 square minus 20 square into 1.05 into 10 to the power of 5. On simplification, what you will going to get it as, which is 0.606 for the first case, unboard section plus board section, you will going to get it as 0.1617. So adding these two together, we are going to get the elongation of the segment AB, which is delta L1, which is 0.2223 mm. Now we are going to take the second segment, which is BC, which is in compressive in nature. So the contraction of segment BC, again which will be equal to delta L2 is P2 into L2 by E2 into E. So what is P2? It is 80 into 10 to the power of 3 into length of the segment is 800 divided by pi by 4 into 30 square into 1.05 into 10 to the power of 5. On simplification, you will going to get it as 0.8623. Similarly, when you are considering the segment CD, so again contraction of a tapered segment CD, which is delta L3. Since it is a tapered section, you cannot apply P into L by A into E. Instead, it will be 4PL into 4PL divided by pi into E into D1 into D2. So 4 into P is 50 into 10 to the power of 3 into L is 1000 divided by pi by that is pi into E into E is 1.05 into 10 to the power of 5 into D1 into D2, which is 30 into 60. On simplification, you will going to get it as 0.3368 mm. So what will going to be the total change in the length of the bar? That is delta L will be equal to delta L1 plus delta L2 plus delta L3, wherein in this case delta L1 is positive and delta L2 and delta L3 is negative because it is compressive in nature. So compressive load is in nature. So naturally it should be contraction in delta L2 and delta L3. Therefore, you are getting the negative values. So once you get this, so which will be 0.2223 minus 0.8623 minus 0.3368. So on simplification, you will going to get it as 0.9768 mm. Therefore, the total change in the length of the bar will be equal to 0.9768. Since you have a negative value, so therefore it is in contraction. So this is how we will be able to solve this problem. Now we are going to take up the one more problem, which is the problem number 28. It treats as a steel bar ABCD of varying sections is subjected to the axial forces as shown in the figure. So this is the figure what you have. We have different segments wherein you have 400 mm square in the left segment between AB and 800 mm square between B and C, and CD will going to have 600 mm square. And also the load which is acting, which is 60 kilonewton to the left side and P towards the right side, and a 120 kilonewton is acting towards the left side and 96 kilonewton is acting towards the right side. Having the length of the bar section, which is AB is 1 meters and BC is 1.5 meters and CD which will going to be 0.8. Find the value of P necessary for the equilibrium. So because this P is the unknown here, so we need to find out first. And then if E is equal to 210 kilonewton per mm square, determine number 1, stress in the various segments, total elongation of the bar 2, and then 3, total strain in the bar. So first we are going to find out what is the equilibrium condition, because find the value of P necessary for equilibrium. So since the condition says it is the equilibrium condition of the bar, so what does it mean? The load acting toward the right side must be equal to the load acting toward the left side. So when you are considering this, the load acting toward the right side in this entire segment, which will be P and then 96. So P plus 96 is equal to 60 plus 120. 60 plus 120. On simplification, P value will be equal to 84 kilonewton. So once you get that, now we are going to apply for the free body diagram. So how to do that? So first one, as the sign convention says, first we are considering a bar. Once you are considering the bar, towards the left side, the load acting toward the left side is positive, which is tensile, and the load acting toward the right side is negative, which is compressive. And similarly, this is the right hand section, because the first section we have only one force is acting toward the left side and all other 3 forces is acting toward the right side. So on the right hand side, the load acting toward the right side is positive and the load acting toward the left side is negative according to that convention. So you're going to get it as 84 is positive minus 120 plus 96. So you are going to get 60 kilonewton, which is positive. So therefore, on the right hand side, the load will be acting toward the right side. So here on the left hand side, you have only one load which is acting toward the left side, which is 60 kilonewton by default, which is going to tensile. And towards the right side also, which is 60 kilonewton, which is acting toward the right side. So it is positive. So it is in tension. So the bar of 400 mm square having the segment which is AB of the length is 1 meters. Similarly, now we are going to consider the second segment which is BC. So in that, on the right hand side you are going to have 2 loads. On the left hand side you are going to have the 2 loads. So the load which is acting towards the right side, towards the left side is negative, because on the right hand side it is compressive. Towards the left side is 84. You are going to get it as positive. And then, so 60 minus 84, which will going to be on minus 24 kilonewton. So here, yes, on the right hand side. Similarly, on the right hand side of the segment, the load acting towards the left side is negative, which is compressive. The load acting towards the right side is positive. So it will going to be minus 120 plus 96, which will going to be minus 24 kilonewton. So on the left hand side you have minus 24, on the right hand side you have minus 24. So it is of compressive in nature. According to the convention, on the left hand side the load is acting toward the right side is negative because it is compressive. So the load on the right hand side, the load is acting toward the left side is compressive, which is 24. The magnitude is also 24. Now the body BC is in equilibrium condition. Similarly, when you are considering for the third segment, so on the left hand side you have 3 forces, whereas in the right hand side you are going to have 1 force. Convention is this is tensile, this is compressive, and this is tensile. 60 minus 84 plus 120. So you are going to get it as plus 96 kilonewton. On the right hand side you are going to have only 1 force which is acting toward the right side is 96, which is positive, which again it is tensile. So the third segment CD will be in tensile, whose magnitude is equal to 96 kilonewton. So AB is positive, AB is tensile, BC is compressive, again CD is in tensile. So what is the stress in the various segments? So first we are going to consider the stress in the segment AB. Segment AB sigma 1 is equal to P1 by A1. What is P1? Which is 60 into 10 to the power of 3 by A1 is 400. So on simplification, you will going to get it as 150 Newton per mm square, which is tensile in nature or tensile stress. Similarly, stress in the segment BC, which should be in compressive. So it will be compressive stress of 24 kilonewton. Sigma 2 is equal to P2 by A2, which is 24 into 10 to the power of 3 by 800, which is equal to 30 Newton per mm square, which is compressive stress. Similarly, stress in the segment CD, which is sigma 3, will be equal to 96 kilonewton, which is 96 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by 600 will be equal to, on simplification, you will going to get it as 160 Newton per mm square, which is tensile. So what will going to be the total elongation of the bar? The total elongation of the bar will be equal to elongation of the segment AB, because it is delta 1, which is tensile stress. So naturally it will be elongation. So tensile in nature. So that is sigma 1 by sigma 1 into L1 by E1. Sigma 1 into L1 by E. You know the value of sigma 1, which is 150 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by 210 into 10 to the power of 3. So which is equal to 0.7143. Similarly, contraction of the segment BC will be equal to sigma 2 into L2 by E. Sigma 2 is 30 into L2 is 1.5 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by Young's modulus is 210 into 10 to the power of 3. So on simplification, you will go to get it as 0.2143 mm. Similarly, elongation of the segment CD will be equal to delta L3, which is sigma 3 into L3 by E, which is 160 into L3 is 0.8 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by 210 into 10 to the power of 3, which is equal to 0.6095, which is again mm in tensile. So elongation. So therefore, what are the total change in the length, which is delta L, will be equal to delta L1, which is elongation, minus delta L2 plus delta L3. So delta L1 is nothing but 0.7143 minus 0.2143. Substitute that values and 0.6095, which is the third value, delta L3. So on simplification, you will go to get it as 1.1095 mm. Since it is a positive value, therefore it is elongation. So this is all. We will be able to solve this problem of the total elongation of the bar. Now we are going to take total strain in the bar. So total strain in the bar epsilon will be equal to epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2 plus epsilon 3, which is sigma 1 by E minus sigma 2 by E and plus sigma 3 by E. So you know the values. 1 by E, you've taken out the common factor into sigma 1 minus sigma 2 plus sigma 3. So epsilon will be equal to, what is sigma 1? 150 minus 30 plus 160. You substitute those values of stresses divided by 210 into 10 to the power of 3, because Young's modulus is at the denominator. On simplification, you will going to get the total strain in the bar epsilon will be equal to 1.333 into 10 to the power of minus 3, which is tensile strain. So this is how you will be able to solve this problem. If you find this problem is useful to you, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you.